Iconito, April 21st, 2019. I just turned 50 years old, just about almost 2 months ago, and I feel really excellent, healthy physically, and just got over the past 14 months I've had my lots of extensive dental work done. I still have all my original teeth though, except the wisdom teeth are pulled. So yeah, I think dental health is very high priority for overall health. And now I'm getting ready for a colonoscopy, so I came up with a list of how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to prepare, and I made a request to not be sedated, and that's because I feel pretty healthy, and I've done research and found out anyone who's done it unsedated has no complaints. And that medication right there, the one that Michael Jackson died of due to overdose, that's the medication I would take if I felt like I just can't stand the colonoscopy anymore. So I'm ready for that. I'm going to ask them to give me that if there's a problem. And so in preparation, I stopped solid foods except for things like wheatgrass. I chew on and then throw away. I think it's like a cud or high fiber that I can't digest, so I just throw it away. So I chew on it to get the juices out. Not every grocery store sells wheatgrass. In fact, very few do. I'm in Santa Maria, California, and Lassen's grocery store sells it. This is Tippy's food. And so, as you can see, I cleaned out my refrigerator. There's really nothing. I don't have to worry about temperature much because there's not much dairy or meat in here. This is Tippy's 15-year-old Tippy, blind and diabetic dog. This is his insulin, and so I share stuff. The stock is for Tippy, for his dog food. I pour over it, and some of the long-lasting hard foods I have stored in here, like organic cocoa nibs, nuts, and carrots, and the I think this morning that right there is cabbage. That lasts a pretty long time. My colonic is going to be May 1st, 2019. And some solid that I am eating is flaxseed meal, and that's about it other than salad. So solids would be something like flaxseed, wheatgrass, salad. That's about it until about 5 days prior to the colonic. Then I'm not going to have any solids at all, and I might even cut these out too. I bought all these. These are pretty expensive. Some of these are pretty expensive. Actually, this is expensive. I'm kind of jumping around. Let me go back to this. So these I got at Lassen's in Santa Maria, and so except for this one came from Walmart. This is from Costco, obviously, Kirkland. So all of these are going to help push all the gunk through over the next, how much time do I have until May 1st? That's about 10 days from now. So over the next 9 or 10 days, this stuff's going to help clean everything out. They did prescribe me at the gastroenterology clinic this movie prep. This is going to be a one-time deal where the day before or the evening before, I fill this bottle up with one package of movie prep. Here are the ingredients. And then I'm supposed to drink all of this the day before, and this is gonna clean out anything that this stuff missed. And I can't give you advice. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. Oh, I didn't notice there's 2 pouches. So I don't know why they're separated. This contains aspartame. I wish it didn't, because I have my own healthier sweetener here. So I've heard this tastes really awful, so I probably will be dumping some of this also in there. Aspartame just for 1 or 2 days, okay, I'll go ahead and do it, but definitely normally would not buy something like this. But just for the sake of the colonoscopy, I'm going to go ahead and consume all this, because this is covered under my insurance for free. Didn't have to buy it, so I'm not going to buy a whole new kit that doesn't have aspartame in it, because first of all, I don't even think a totally natural kit exists other than this stuff right here. But I'm not sure this is going to be sufficient to really get everything out, but this supposedly will get everything out. How else am I preparing? Switching over to a semi-juice diet for the past several days. So almost 2 weeks prior to the colonoscopy, I am switching over to a juice diet. Yesterday I had an avocado. That's kind of between juice and solid, and it's allowing me a little transition. And so I think starting today I'm going to go with all juice. So for 10 days, nothing but juices. I feel pretty good, actually, considering I've been doing this for about 4 days now on mostly nothing but juice. This one here, I almost consumed all of it, and you have to be super careful when you read the ingredients. I'm not so concerned about whether it's organic or not. Organic is a bonus, but what I'm looking for is to make sure it does not have natural flavors in it. A lot of these so-called healthy drinks will be advertised as organic or natural, 100% juice. Ignore, well, just for the sake of the first filter in trying to choose something, go ahead and look for something that's organic or it says it's all natural, 100% juice. But don't make total judgment just based on that. What you need to do is go to the second filter, come over here to the ingredients. This is what it should look like. No maltodextrin, no sugar, no corn syrup, no natural flavors. A lot of the more expensive and maybe not so expensive, but juices that try to carry themselves as healthy, natural, organic, 100% juice. You come over here in ingredients, it'll say natural flavors. Well, that doesn't sound so bad. It's natural, right? I don't trust it. If they can't tell me exactly what it is, I do not trust them, and I'm not going to buy their product. That's why you don't see any of that rice, soy, almond milk stuff in here, because they all have natural flavors. I don't trust natural flavors. Oh, this one here I got at Costco, but other people sell it. It actually tastes extremely bad, but the ingredients, I'm just fascinated with those ingredients. Look at that. What could be better than that on a juice fast? That just looks like that's gonna be super ultra mega healthy. And so since it doesn't taste like shit, but it doesn't taste good either. It's kind of in between. And so what I'll do is I'll add a whole bunch of this in there, and the ingredients of this, I don't know. I'm not sure about that first ingredient. I did some research. It's supposedly natural. So this is kind of like a cheaper version of versus 100% stevia. Be careful with buying natural sweetener, because a lot of them, especially the cheaper ones, the ingredients will also have maltodextrin and sorbitol and fillers. You want to ignore those. Those are going to be like the Target brand, Walmart brand, and some other brands. So this is going to be a lot better. If you get it from a health food store, your chances are much better to get some higher quality stuff. Why is that all important? Well, because if you're cleaning your colon out, things like the artificial sweeteners and crappy fillers are possibly going to stick to the small and large intestine wall and maybe even cause cancer, especially if you're getting cleaned out, because now it's going to be more easily consumed by your body system. This one here, this brand here, GT Synergy Organic, I don't even know how to pronounce it, kombucha. So yes, I'm drinking something I don't fully understand, but when I read it, it sure looks like you can't go wrong with this. And so yeah, these are kind of expensive and more difficult to find, but this doesn't have any bad ingredients. This is pretty amazing. And this is actually very pleasurable to drink. I don't like drinking alcoholic beverages. This does have some very small amount of alcohol in it, and you can be under 21 to buy it because the alcohol content is so tiny. I don't even think it shows here any alcohol content, but you can taste the alcohol when you drink it, but it's not too strong. And even if you don't like alcohol beverages like I don't, this is very enjoyable because this is kind of like a hybrid between a carbonated fruit drink and a beer. It's like kind of right in the middle. It's really a good balance. This is very enjoyable to drink. This I probably won't be drinking several days prior to the colonoscopy because of the alleged alcohol content. This is like drinking kind of like a carbonated or a beer because it has that fizzle taste, that crisp fizzle when you're drinking it, but it's not carbonated according to the ingredients. Kind of hard to believe, but supposedly it's not carbonated. Here's that awful tasting stuff that's super healthy. Coconut water, be super careful about that. This is the only one I could find that's just coconut water. Most of them will have other ingredients that are toxic, even if some of the organic ones I think do also. And I got some down here that don't have to be refrigerated. Here I have this on emergency standby. This has a lot of sugar in it, so I'm avoiding, based on a friend or former friend's advice, to avoid sugary, a lot of sugary fruit juice, which is good advice. I'm going to take that advice. So I have this one on standby. How much sugar is in here? Well, not a whole lot of calories. About 440 calories if you drink the whole bottle. That's not bad. And sugar is 23 grams per serving. So about 100 grams of sugar if you drink this whole thing. It's not going to cause a huge weight gain or anything, but drinking too much sugary stuff could possibly even lead to diabetes of some sort, some type of diabetes. So the reason why I have this on standby is because I'm going to try to reduce high sugar foods and drinks, and in case I get hyperglycemic or I feel way too low of energy, then I will go ahead and gobble some of that down to get my blood sugar back up and get some energy. So that's on standby. And in here, what we have, real lemons. I'm not going to have these the few days before the colonoscopy because of the pulp in there. But these, here's another. Let me go back to the coconut. Here's another one that looked like it has good ingredients. Water, coconut water. Here's that natural sweetener. urethral, whatever. I'll learn how to pronounce it later on. There's natural flavors. If I would have seen that, I would have not bought it. But if you notice, the natural flavors is lower down in the list, so that's not as much of a concern. And a company like this would probably use more legitimate natural flavors, but I still think this is bad business to not tell us exactly what that is. So everything else looks pretty good, and it's also hard to find real lemon juice. This is what the 2 days before the colonoscopy, the only thing I'm going to have is lemon juice and water. Oh well, and also the the flush kit. This was really hard to find. Ingredient: organic lemon juice. That's it. Not even added water. So when it says 100% juice or 100% juice, that's the way it really should be. But most companies are unethical and they don't abide by these kind of ethics. Live Santa Cruz. Yep, and so this is one brand of lemon. You also want to look at the expiration date because some of these expire kind of quicker than the toxic stuff does. That one's still good for a long time. Here's another one. 100% organic lemon juice. 20 lemons in every bottle. Ingredients. Where is it? Did I pass? Where are the ingredients? Made from organic Sicilian lemons which grow near the Mount Etna volcano in Italy. The lemons which benefit from the volcanic soil. Hand harvested and juiced immediately for a fresh squeezed. Wow. Well, you can't get any better than that. Jeez. Except maybe your own organic lemons you picked yourself. I think I got these at the commissary on base. Let's see. So they may be kind of hard to find anywhere else. But I think this is probably I don't know, each one has their own benefits. So here's my list of how I'm going about this. I'm keeping track. You don't want to read that top one, because the reason why I did that, in case there's many days of not going to the bathroom, I need to know how long it's been since I've gone in case I need to go get a colonic or something. I don't think that's going to happen, but just in case. So down here, day before, be near a bathroom. Okay, there's instructions for my dog because he's disabled, he's blind and diabetic. And so while I'm going through the procedure, I want to make sure that he is well taken care of and I don't have to worry about him. I also have a baby monitor just for him that'll tell me the temperature, and I'll have, since it's midday when it's going to be really hot, I'll have this solar powered air conditioner running for him full time, and it's pretty reliable. It also has a Tesla battery, works in conjunction with the solar. So yeah, prep syringe and fridge. Well, if I'm not going under sedation, I don't have to worry about that. That was in case I was going to go under sedation, but just in case, I might. I'm going to go ahead and remove that one. I don't have to worry about that. Net up. That means this net, so he doesn't fall off the edge of the bed being blind. Wear deodorant because I don't want the doctors to be grossed out by body odor. I'm going to take a shower that morning also. Chapstick, I read you want to have some of that because your lips could be really dry during the procedure. phone because I need to check Tippy. And let's see, it's covered under the VA. This procedure is normally around anywhere from, I think the cheapest anywhere might be $1,500 up to $5,000. Where I'm at, it's probably around $4,000. And disinfectant wipes in case, there's something nasty going on, I can clean up. Just stuff that to provide that they may not provide. In here, Tippy on Arlo, this is to double check, make sure that the baby monitor is working, and ask to spray clean. What that means is I want to ask them if they see anything in my colon that's built up on the wall, to spray it clean. They have that option. That might take a little longer. And for them to talk to me during the procedure, let me know what's going on. And then after, take probiotics, shower, and clean clothing. And that's my plan. Let me know if you have any suggestions on how to do this even better. And what you think about this. So yeah, they recommend starting at age 45. If you have a family history, go to colonoscopy at age 45, and then every 5 years thereafter. If you don't have a family history of colon cancer, I meant colon cancer before, then you can get it starting at age 50, and then every 10 years. The chances of complications can be perforated intestine. They can actually perforate your intestine or cause bleeding, and there could be adverse reaction to the sedative. But the odds of that happening are extremely smaller than the odds of you getting colon cancer if you don't have precancerous polyps removed ahead of time. So what the whole purpose is to find polyps that could turn into cancer later on in life and remove them now, or find any other problem in the colon. And I think that's about the only purpose of it. And the chances of complications are, I think, 1 in 10,000 or something like that. But the chances of getting colon cancer, if you don't have the polyps removed, are about 1 in 50. So 1 in 50 chances of a problem versus 1 in 10,000 chance of a problem. I'm going to go with a 1 in 10,000. And a lot of people say the biggest discomfort or undesirable part of the whole thing is the 2 days prior to the colonoscopy of having to get flushed out. Drinking that awful tasting laxative is worse than the actual procedure, especially if you go under anesthetic. You don't know what even happened. They give you the anesthetic, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you don't even know what happened. But I actually want to see what's going on. I'll be able to see on the computer screen what's going on, and I want to see the condition of my colon inside. I'm not grossed out by it. It doesn't bother me. And I think it's even grosser if you don't get this done, get cleaned out and get this checked, because then you still have all that stuff in you and possibly polyps turning into cancer. That sounds pretty gross to me. So if you have any questions, just ask Tippy in the comment section and give him a thumbs up. Thanks.